Hello Year 1, it is Tuesday today and this is your video if you have the Year 2 Comprehension Booklet, okay? So if you have this booklet, this is your video for today. And we are going to be working on page 20 and 21 today, and our title is Sports. So let's have a look at our learning question for the day. Our learning question says, can I read and retrieve answers about sports from the text? So today we're going to be focusing on our reading skills and also our retrieval skills. And remember, when we are retrieving information, that means we are reading the text thoroughly and we are picking out those pieces of information that will help us to answer the question. So we're looking for key information, important information. So to start us off then today, I thought that we would just look at one word for our vocabulary, and the word is sport. What do you think sport means? Tell your adult at home what you think it means, and then we'll check our vocabulary to see if you got the same answer. Super. So sport is a physical activity. So we know that the word physical means movement, we are active, okay? So a physical activity where a person or a team use a skill to compete. Wow, that's a really, really big sentence with quite a lot of different words in. So let's have a look at that closer together. So we know a physical activity is where we are moving, okay? Where a person or a team, so we know that a sport can be played on your own or with a team of people. Can you think of a sport that you would play in a team? I know you're shouting football, excellent. What about a sport that you can play on your own? Have a good think. Can you think of one? What about golf? You can play golf on your own and you can play in a competition as well. And it says the team or the person uses a skill to compete. So when you're practicing a sport, you might be using a skill, and a skill is something that you work at to get better at. So it could be your skill is how you hold the golf club or how you hold your tennis racket, and you practice and it becomes a skill. And when it is a skill, it means that you're really good at it, okay? And we know that you can play sport in a competition as well, don't we? Lots and lots of different teams and different ways that you can compete when you're playing sports. So to get our brains warmed up then, today I've made us a little game, and I've got a timer on the board here. And our timer is for 1 minute. So I would like you to get your whiteboard and your whiteboard pen now. And when I press play on the timer, you are going to see how many sports you already know. And you're going to write them down on your whiteboard, okay? I'm going to play this challenge with you as well. So we will see at the end who's got the most sports on their board. Okay, have you got your whiteboard and your pen, and are you ready? Super. So, I'm going to give us a countdown. Get your brains warmed up. 3, 2, 1, go. Now I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do some little arrows. Are you going to beat me, Year 1? Oh. I bet your adults are shouting out to help you, aren't they? You've got more brains at home than I've got. "20 seconds. Oh, 5, pens off your boards? Well done, excellent job. I know your brains are working now. I'm going to count mine on my board and you count yours on your board and we'll see who's got the most. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6. I'll put that in a big circle there. How many did you get? Pause the video so your adult can take a photo of your board with your number in your circle and let me know how many you got. Did you beat me? I bet you did. So let's see if we got any of the same. I've got golf, netball, football, swimming, rugby and karate. What did you get? Did you get any different than me? I bet you did. Send me your lists, I can't wait to see. So now we've warmed our brains up and we've had a little think about sports that we might know, we're going to have a look today at our Comprehension Workbook. And our Comprehension Workbook, Year 1, is all about sports, okay? So, let's have a look then, firstly, at our text. Now you can see today, it looks a little bit different than some of the text we have seen before. And you will see that we've got lots of boxes on our screen. These are called text boxes, okay? And sometimes when we are reading an informative text, so a text which is telling us about different things, we use text boxes so that each section is separate from one another, okay? So you can see here in the first box we've got a section all about football, and each sport is in a different box, and that's going to help us today to identify which box we need to read to answer the question. So normally we would read the whole text first, wouldn't we? To make sure that we understand and that we are circling any words that we are not quite sure of. But because there is a lot of text today, what I would like you to do is we're going to start with our questions first, and we're going to see if we can use the question to help us understand which section we need to read. And that's going to help us, because if we read all of this new information all in one go, and we've got 5 different sports to remember, by the time we come to our questions, that's going to be quite tricky to remember. So instead, we're going to have a go at looking at them when we need them, which will really help us, okay? So looking then at the first question, question number 1, and it says, why is it important to do exercise? Okay? So I can see straight away that I've got an introductory sentence, 2 introductory sentences at the beginning, and they are going to tell me the answer to question 1, okay? So let's read it together. To stay healthy, it's important to do plenty of exercise. There are lots of different sports that you can do. So straight away, I can see, and I'm going to use a coloured pencil today, that the word important in my question is here in my text. So I know that that's going to tell me the answer. Why is it important to exercise? To stay healthy, it's important to do plenty of exercise. So my answer is in the question, isn't it? It's in the text there. And all the text does is it tells us before it tells us the answer. So to stay healthy, it's important to do plenty of exercise. Now question 1, we've done a lot of work on how to put the answer in a full sentence. So I think that you'll be able to do that today. But what I want to do next is talk about the other questions and how we are going to find those answers, okay? So you're going to start by looking at the question, okay? So let's look at question 2 together. In football, how many people on each team are allowed to pick up the ball? Now, what sport do I need to look for? You're right, football. So now I know I'm going to need all the information from the text box about football. I can read just that box, because I'll really remember those key facts then to help me. So let's have a look again. In football, how many people on each team are allowed to pick up the ball? So let's go back now, and we're going to find the text box all about football, and it's here, okay? And I've got a coloured pen today, and that's going to be the pencil that I use to find the answer. So now we're going to read the text box about football together, and we are looking for the answer to the question, how many people can touch the ball with their hands? Let's have a look. Football uses a round ball. There are 11 players on a team, including a goalkeeper. So I can see there that some key information is 11 players. I might need to know that for my answer, so I'm going to keep that in my mind. Only the goalkeeper is allowed to touch the ball with their hands. So going back to my question, how many people on each team are allowed to pick up the ball? Well, I can see here, can't I? We've got this word only. And only means one person. Only the goalkeeper is allowed to touch the ball with their hands. So if only means one, and I can put that in a little circle to help me remember what only means. If only means one, let's go back to my question. How many people on each team are allowed to pick up the ball? What's my answer going to be? How am I going to write that in a sentence? I could use the text box. So going back, and I could say the only person allowed to touch the ball is the goalkeeper. And I'm going to put a line under that as well to remember how to spell it. Okay? So today what we've done, instead of reading all the text in one go, we have had a look at the question. And we have used the question to help us find the text box we need. And that's really smart thinking, year 1, because you will remember all of the information much easier by doing it that way. So question 3 starts with the name of the sport. So I know that you know now what sport you need to look for to find your answer. Okay? So, lots of learning today about sports. And because I know lots of you in year 1 love sport, I have created a challenge today for you. So here in your booklet, by the time you have answered your questions, you will have read and understood lots of information, and you will have learned lots of new facts about sport. And I know that you will find them really interesting. So my challenge of the day for you is I would like you to create your own sports poster, okay? So these are my 4 challenge sentences. I would like you to read the text about each sport, and I know you will have done that when you did your activity. Highlight the key facts, so you can go back through, and for each sport you can use a different colour to highlight the fact that you like the most. What was the most interesting thing that you learned about that sport? Then you're going to write each fact in your own words. So what did you learn from the text today? What was your favourite thing about football? I would say I learned there are 11 players on a team. Okay? And then you can add a picture to each sport and you can send me your poster, and I'm going to make sure that at the end of the week there is a super treat for the best poster, because that's a really extra challenge today. So I'd love to see who can do that and who can blow my socks off. So you've got lots to do today. Remember, working on pages 20 and 21, and lots of highlighting for those key facts as well, and retrieving that information like superstars. Have a brilliant day, and I can't wait to see your work. Bye.